Hello, hello. Doobie Doobie Doo is with Sven on the west side, on West 4th Street, in a Turkish beautiful restaurant. And Sven is now drinking his Turkish tea for the first time.
First time.
So Sven, I really enjoyed the 2 nights at the Esse Fest. Is it Esse or SC Festival?
I think it's Esse.
Esse.
It's Italian.
Festival.
I think it's Esse. I think it means what if. I think that's the direct translation.
And the reason why I know you is because my friend and buddy Martin BC was in Germany touring in Europe and so, and you played with him on drums in one of the shows, and he hooked you up with me, and I'm very happy that he did that. And if you don't mind, let's talk first of all about the Esse Festival. You played 2 nights, on
Yes.
Sunday night and Monday night, and the 2 sets were totally different. Could you tell us about the first set, the first night?
So, I mean, the idea to play at the Esse Festival this year was to perform together with 2 traditional musicians from Kenya. I met in 2009 for kind of a cooperation music project, but unfortunately they haven't got the visa, so I had to do it a different way. And then Jason Candler, one of the directors of the festival,
Yes.
he had the beautiful idea to try to play the tunes of the Kenyan record that's coming out in February with a different band. So and then we tried to do it as a trio. So Jason played saxophone, and then I was very happy that Kenny Wallison joined us, and he played some small percussion and shaker stuff and these things. And I played mostly small marimbas and a glockenspiel and some brush things and some electronic stuff. So then we tried to get at least the idea of some of the tracks that are on the album called the Kenyan Sessions, and then we improvised based on these ideas.
You played 4 songs live?
Yes, we did. Yeah, so we played 5 songs, but 4 songs have been related to the Kenya album.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of electronic tools do you use? Especially
For the solo set, or
no, for
for the first set?
yeah.
I had. Let me think. I'm starting with 2 contact microphones, so that the good thing about these microphones, of course, is that I can play very soft on different things like glass or like paper, which is very, very soft, and then I can amplify it almost as loud as I want. And then I used this very famous loop machine of Line 6, the DL4, this green tool, and basically I use it for looping instead of. There are so many delays, fantastic delays on it, but I use it for looping. And then I have another effect board from Line 6 called the FM4, I think, it's the red one. And then I have a Chaos Pad and also an Alessis Airfix. I think it was the setup for Sunday.
Looking at your performance, it's hard to say what kind of musician you are. Are you an electronica, somebody who is into electronics? Are you kind of a DJ, or are you a marimba player?
I think it depends. It depends on the situation. So I mean, so I started to play drums when I was 10 years old, and then I got a scholarship for the Drummers Collective when I was 19, I think. So I had the chance to study here for 3 months, I think. And then I went to the conservatory to the Netherlands to study with Randy Kremers and Joep van Erven there, just drums. And at this specific time, I was really kind of a drum nerd. You know, I didn't want to play piano at all. I didn't want to learn any other instruments. I was not very interested in harmonic structures at all, so I just wanted to play drums and practice a lot. And then maybe when I was 22, 23 years old, it switched a little bit, because then I realized that I also want to do my own things, so my own music, and I want to create my own music instead of playing as a sideman forever. and then I started to learn more piano. I mean, of course, I had piano lessons before, also at the conservatory, but then I was focused more on the piano. And then I started to learn marimba. So it started 6 years ago, I think, which is almost nothing to learn marimba, because it's a difficult instrument technically. But so from this point, it went to different directions. And I also tried to. I listened to a lot to electronic music, especially all these warp records, Square Pusher and FX Twin and these things. And then I very often sat down and I tried to transcribe what the producers programmed, and then I went to the rehearsal room to try to apply it to the acoustic drum set. And after a while, I realized that it's more beautiful somehow to add some effect machines and some loop machines. And
so then, so it seems like you, in one performance, you could play a drum percussion, and then on the other hand, then melodic instrument like marimba, and then using electronic tools for getting more of a spacey sound.
For different sounds as well, of course. Yeah.
So then your second night was that approach, right?
Yes.
Yesterday. So yesterday you didn't play any like arrangements of of the Kenya recording.
No, I mean that's always a problem. So it's basically the music that I'm playing live.
Was it improvised yesterday? Or there
somehow, but a lot of things have been said before. So a lot of things I try to write down what I'm doing there. And then of course sometimes it happens that something doesn't work. So yesterday, especially at the beginning, I had some problems with the feedback because the speaker was very close to my setup, and then of course I had to do it in a different way. But I mean that's also live, you know. It's a different thing than standing behind his laptop and just playing these things. But so what was the question again?
About the second set.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, if it's related to the albums.
Right.
So, of course, it's always related to the music that I release on an album. For example, the solo album I did. Now it's the Kenya album that will come out in February. But when I work on these albums, I play a lot of instruments, a lot of layers, and I'm also cutting a lot and editing a lot, which is for me a very important part of the creation process. And then of course when I go to the stage, I have to do it in a different way because I don't have so many instruments with me. I just have 2 hands and 2 feet, so I have to think about it in a different way. But the basic idea, of course, and the basic sounds, I think are pretty similar.
Okay, my last question is, music has 3 elements, I think. One is melody, second, rhythm, and third, I would call it noise. It can be really like noisy, or it can be really sounds, which are, a sound is different from a melody, right?
Yeah.
So in your case, what is the most important element in your music?
Well, it's difficult to say. So I mean, of course, my basic is focused on rhythm. So, but I also like so many different sounds. I also like if you don't know where they come from somehow. And but but also for me it's very important to have something that works against this noisy thing, and this can be a very simple, very lovely, somehow cheesy melody that then finally works together perfectly. So I mean, there's all elements are very important, but for me, I'm very focused on rhythmic, maybe.
On rhythm.
Yeah, on rhythm. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Thank you.